Welcome back to the Australian Padel Open. We're here live with my co-commentator, Robbie Gaylord. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for inviting me back. Happy to be here again. I'm quite excited for this one, actually. I think this is going to be a pretty epic final and well-deserved. I think the two best pairs have made it to the final. Hard-fought semi-final victories. And interesting, Nerea was part of the pair last year with Patri, who, of course, took out the Sydney and Melbourne tournaments, and they beat Catherine and her previous partner, Hannah, in the final. So both Nerea and Catherine were here last year, and Amy and Carla are new to this particular final. So some experience and some new blood for the final. So excited for that.
Certainly is. And interesting conditions out here today, Rob. The weather forecast says rain is coming. So we may have to do a shift of this match indoor. Luckily there is an indoor alternative here, but the ladies have been told to kick off outdoor, and we've got the men's final following the ladies' final. So there is a slight chance, I'd say it's 50-50, that the rain may come through in the next 45-50 minutes and mean we have to transfer indoor, which will be super interesting and a massive change in conditions. So I'd imagine the ladies want to get this done outdoor as soon as possible.
Here we have welcoming the players to the court. Pretty epic matchup, this one. Again, you've highlighted the conditions. Still quite a prominent wind swirling around, mostly north-south, but it is changing around a bit, so that could be tricky early on for the players, particularly with the lobs. Amy Gibson to serve.
Amy, the current #1 in the Great Britain team. All got incredible, gifted
Pretty epic rally first
volley
up.
hands here.
Around about 20 shots so far in this initial rally. Fantastic from Amy there, yeah. That was a feature of their semi-final victory. Amy really taking every opportunity she can to show initiative at that net and put in a kill shot. And she's done that in the first point of the final. Hard-fought victories for both pairs in the semis, so they'd be feeling psychologically pretty ready for this one. 15 love to the British pairing.
They got the mandatory 2-hour break, Rob, which is fair enough in these hot conditions. To come off a bit the temperature, probably around the 27 mark now, with a bit of wind and cloud protection. All these girls do love a volley, all closing net well. So you'll see some epic volley battles today, I'd imagine.
Clever shot from Amy there. Faking for the big smash and just sending the ball to the back of the court, dying on the glass.
Of course, you need a massive smash to do the fake, don't you, Rob?
You do. Yeah.
I've been known to try a fake.
I've got the fake, but not the real thing.
Yeah, which doesn't really work because people don't know you can hit it out.
There's only the fake, not the reality. Yep, story of my life. There we go. Thanks, Matt. Helping out the newbie in commentary. Catherine with a nice bahada there.
Massive two-hander backhand again from Amy.
Ooh. Excellent start from the British pair. That's now 40 love on Amy's serve. I think her aggressive ground strokes are a feature of the semi.
High lob.
Oh.
Smart work from Carla there, just dipping it down at Catherine's feet.
40-15 still on serve. Having a bit of a chat, the British pair.
DJ picking up in the background. Rob, you think the ladies will be okay with the noise this time?
They seem all right with it. No complaints. There we go, the first game to the British. And I had a bit of a chat to Phil in the break about the foot fault calls in the men's semi-final, and he was just sort of pointing out that it's, part of his duty to the players to point out when there is an issue with the foot faults, to be fair to the other team and also prevent any issues moving forward. So that was quite instructive to talk to Phil and to get some more information there on what was going on with the foot faults. But essentially there were, some that were kind of borderline, and he just got in early, very proactively, and corrected those issues. Seemed to nip the issue in the bud. And of course he has a long history with working as a linesman for Tennis Australia. So got some good information about his career, which is pretty fascinating there.
It is. He's been around for a long time, and all the players have learned to trust Phil over the years. Some referees, players have issues with, but never Phil. He's a very fair guy, and will give you many warnings first. Unless it's a blatant disregard for the rules, and he can come in fairly tough as well. That's a great pick-up for
fantastic
Amy.
smash from Carla, but Amy was her anticipation was first rate, and she was able to get there with a quick backhand return down the line for the winner. So that's love 15. Ooh. Excellent smash from Nerea. She got a little bit of help from the great, and that put Amy in a difficult position on defense, not able to return that ball. Taking it to 15-all on Nerea's serve. 15-all. Oh yeah. There we go. So that brings us to 15:30. Thanks, Matt. Unlucky. Almost a catch there in the crowd, but too much for me to both commentate and catch a stray ball there, Matt. So
It would have been super talented.
Forgive me for not diving for that one. One of the many reasons I'm not at the SCG today, in a playing or participating or watching capacity.
Or commentating.
But we live in hope.
It's been a very good start here by the English
Very
ladies.
solid.
And it's a very nervous start, you'd say. A bit of nerves out there, as you'd expect in the final.
That's a stray volley there from Nerea. And that brings us to the first golden point of the match. I think, no, 30-40. Sorry, 30-40.
Give us a second here. We'll update the teams.
Strong wind, Matt, which might again play a little bit of havoc with the players. It seems to be sort of coming more both north-south and east-west. They've done well there to hold the Spanish player. Done very well.
That was a
one game all in the final. And that was a feature of their semi-final, Matt, the psychological strength of the Spanish player. They were able to come back from one set down and finish very strongly in the final. So they've carried that in, that semi, they've carried that into the final. Nice lob there from Carla. Excellent volley, putting Amy on the defensive. Superb defense there from Amy so far. And again, a smart fake.
great fake.
Just a fake there from Carla, sending the ball to the back, dying on the glass.
Catherine to serve. There's that classic two-hander return. Oh, these girls all hit the ball so clean, don't they?
Yeah.
Rob?
Again, the battle for the net.
That's a feature, I think, today that's going to shine through, and it's going to be the battle of the net, as you say, Rob. All four players recognise the 70% success rule, and with this wind flying around everywhere and the storm potentially coming through, gale force conditions arriving potentially, you'll see a lot of lobs going up to steel net.
Carla there. So that's now 30-15. To Catherine Rose serving 30-15 up. There we go, there's the wind again. So the lob from Nerea is sailing along with that north-south breeze. 30 all now, Catherine Rose serving. Return going wide.
Almost said good serve, Catherine, but caught myself out.
That's right, Matt. No such thing as a good serve, as we know, as you've taught us.
Let's go. The girls need to buckle down here now. Just settle in. That's a savage volley from Amy.
And that's great from Amy. We really saw all the features of good defensive play there. The lob, the slow drive, the fast drive, different defensive techniques, taking them to a 2-1 lead now. Do you feel psychologically, Matt, the fact that it might be forced indoors, does that alter the psychological preparations of the players at all? The fact that it might be moved from outside indoors?
It definitely does, Rob. It just depends how players take it. Some of the players get a bit sooky about that sort of thing, and can really get themselves down.
Is that are you accusing me of that, or am I just being too defensive here?
Touch sensitive, you could say.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
But the point is, some of the players will use that as an excuse and pre-organise themselves a loss in their head and have an excuse ready to go, which is not a place you want to be psychology-wise. You want to just take what's in front of you and take it on, and let the other players worry about, opposition worrying about whether it's good or bad. You can't change it. It's how it's going to be. They're the rules of the tournament. We try outside first and then head in. So interesting to see how the players take it and what they'll be saying to Phil, the referee, as the call gets made potentially in the next 30 minutes or so.
Okay, so we're on serve. Carla to serve. 1 plays 2. Rally there, but in the end, Nerea sending a smash along. Looks to me like they're taking the old Steve Orr analogy, don't die wondering. Looks like they need to be they know they need to be aggressive in this final, and they're prepared to take that risk. That looks like how they're playing, which is good to see. They can go out and try and win it.
That's how they got through the last match, Rob. They just stuck to their game plan.
Yeah.
Feature of the better players these days is that two-handed backhand. Absolutely clubbed that ball cross court. Amy's got that in spades, as does Nerea. Really dips over the net.
Ooh. Sending that Bahad along there, Nerea, for 15-30. It's always tricky to hit that shot in the wind, isn't it? A little bit.
It is. And also, unless the ball bounces up really high, it's a lot harder to hit it down over the net. So it could go long if you want it going low.
Oh, it's unlucky there. But
Great
a nice bandeja from Catherine, sending the ball to Nerea, dying on the glass. That's always a tricky one to return.
It is.
So this is a little bit of a spotted bother now. 15-40? No, 40-15. Lovely lob there from Amy. Really lovely lob.
That's a good point there. Just catching Nerea trying to close the net again. She just tilted forward at that point. Very clever lob from Amy, just poking it overhead and catching her off guard.
So Gibson Rose with an early break, up 3-1. Good serve from Amy. Again, some enterprising net play from both players. A smash, but it hasn't gone out. Catherine's still got it and be able to send it long.
Lovely little chip again from Amy.
Yep, that's some characteristic aggression there from Amy Gibson.
Amy's a lefty.
Yes.
Rob, so we've got two big hitters in the middle here. Super interesting. We mentioned before with the Spanish combination, both righties, but Carla on the right side has a bigger smash probably than Nerea. But Nerea does control the ball well with that middle Vibora / Spandecker.
Second serve from Amy Gibson. Certainly the British showing a lot of proactivity and aggression and initiative in taking that net, putting a lot of pressure on the Spanish pair, who are doing pretty well at dealing with it. But their attempt there to retake the net was not successful, just through the amount of pressure I think they're being put under at the moment. Amy serving, 30 love. Second serve. Just keeping an eye on that stray ball. Excellent communication from the British pair. Oh, well done. Well done, Nerea. Both pairs communicating very well. Maddie, is that something that you're noticing? The communications with both pairings are pretty good.
Absolutely critical, especially with the wind out there, Rob. Balls are flying everywhere. Got to call it early, and also let your partner know what the opposition is doing, because your back's off into the opposition as you're racing back to collect a lob. So you want to know what the other team are doing, who's up, who's back, where to hit the ball.
Oh, unlucky there.
Rare miss there from Amy. She's been super effective lately. Very aggressive player. I feel like both sides have a very similar game plan here, Rob. They're wanting to steal net off the others through lobs, mostly, but all happy going in to battle it out on a volley duel.
Fantastic shot from Carla. Love that's a
Wow.
That's a Bahada if ever I've seen one.
Straight down the line. Bullet from Carla. Gee, she's going to be a great talent in the future. Keep an eye on her through the Premier Padel ranks.
Oh, unlucky there with that drop shot. And that brings us back on serve at 3-2.
See how Carla and Nerea just fly through the gate, get back to their seats, really sending a message to the opposition that we're here to play, and
so always good to have a left-hander, Matt, on the court. So if you and I are going to play together, which one of us is going to learn to play left-handed? Is it we toss a coin for it, or
I am hopeless on the left-handed side. I'm not. What's the opposite of ambidextrous? Monodextrous.
Monodextrous.
That's what I would.
Limited.
Limidextrous.
Limidextrous. Yeah, probably the worst player. I'll take it on me to train myself left-handed.
I prefer you right-handed, buddy, and your scampering skills. Never say die. We all would. No one wants to see you be left-handed, I don't think. Crowd's building up here today, Rob.
Yeah, great to see the participation.
I think the beers are flowing as they should be in Australian summer. Everyone's out having a good time.
So far the rain's holding off, and pretty even match, 3-2 on serve.
Yeah, I think this is exactly where all players would want to be right now. Nothing over the top, all fairly safe and all doing what they're supposed to be doing, waiting for the other side to blink first. Nerea up to serve. It's a great lob over the backhand.
Wow. Unlucky from Nerea there, that smash going wide. And certainly at any level of paddle, you try and finish it with a smash, but if you don't finish it, you're setting it up for the other player, and that's what we saw at that particular point. But that's the feature of the both pairs, that attempt to finish the point when they can. Lovely return from Catherine.
Aggressive play again from the Brits.
Solid from Catherine and Amy.
Picking up on your point before, Rob, you noticed in the men's semi-final, there was really just two paces to the ball. It was cracked out, full stop, or they really just glided it deep, pushed it deep, the heart of a Bora, etc., and just didn't take the risk of trying to overplay it.
So love 40 now on Nerea's serve. 4 break points for the British pair. Good serve from Nerea.
Both in, both very close. Listen to Catherine's communication style here.
It's great defence from Amy Gibson, turning defence into attack. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic from Amy there, cross-court drive. And certainly we saw a good 10, 12, 14 defensive shots from the back, mostly from Amy, also from Catherine. And they were able to turn defence into attack.
Take the break there, Rob.
Take the break, 4-3 up.
Interesting point there.
4-2 up, sorry.
Serving for 5-2. Catherine up. Great block from Catherine there with Carla's massive smash as usual.
Unlucky from Amy, just clipping the top of the net with that characteristic two-handed, aggressive backhand. I don't think she'd be too disappointed because she showed the intent there. Probably 9 times out of 10, that's an effective shot for her. Love 15. Oh, 15 all, with Carla unfortunately just dumping that forehand into the net.
Carla's looking like she needs to change things up a bit here. Will she go more aggressive, do you think, Rob, or do you think she'll back it off a bit, play a bit safer?
I'll tell you after the next point.
I feel like all players aren't taking their foot off the gas here at the moment, Rob. All are going super hard, super aggressive. Not really any defensive players on the court here today. It's a real shootout, isn't it?
There's a fine line between proactivity and going a bit overboard, but everyone's showing a lot of initiative in this set, which is good to see.
Great defense from Nerea. Carla's lightning fast across that net.
Oh, bit of a lucky bounce there. But certainly ample reward for a very nice rouleau shot, which just clipped the side. She's got a lucky, favourable bounce. Brings us to 30 all, 4-2. Catherine Rose on serve. Again, the British pair attempt to take and dominate the net. Lob is a little short. She's gotten away with it though. Second lob is more effective. It's too long there from Carla.
It's exactly what you were talking about before. Amy smashing that ball right through the middle.
Lovely mix
two-handed back to toppy.
As I said, one of the lobs was a little short, lucky to get away with it. but then her follow-up play was effective to take the net, and then when she had a chance, finish the point.
Break point here, Rob, is it?
Break point.
2 break points. Lob.
It's gone long, and that is the break for the British, 5-2 up. Speaking, you did ask me a little bit on Carla's play. I have to say, from the limited amount I've seen her play, very impressed by, as I nearly fall off my chair, very impressed by her gameplay. For someone so young, she certainly plays, from what I've seen, you know, she's obviously been playing paddle all her life, plays very smart. So certainly if she hits a couple of shots that are too aggressive and too long, she seems to be able to quickly adjust and maybe, you know, pull it back a couple of percentage points, play a couple of safe shots, play a couple of smart shots. You know, she seems to be able to adjust pretty quickly for someone who's, 17 years old, which is kind of a bit crazy, but all power to her for that. So I think she's adjusted pretty well, but obviously 5-2 down, further adjustments on the way probably for them.
What I've noticed though over the years with players, you can, once you're an aggressive player, you can dial it back. You can't add aggression.
Yeah.
You can't, comes the storm, sorry everyone. You can't add aggression to your game later. It doesn't really work like that. Very difficult to do. Once you get into a rhythm of hitting the ball safely, it's very difficult to suddenly become an aggressive player. But the aggressive players can always dial it back, which is a massive advantage for someone so young. And she'll grow further, she'll hit the gym further, she'll only get more aggressive and become a real danger on the tour with those weapons she's got, hone her skills with those weapons. So it's really good to see so early on some with those weapons straight up.
For the average player listening at home, is there anything you can do when you are a bit too hyped up and amped up and hitting it too much? Is there anything you can do to bring it back a little bit? Oh, unlucky for Amy there, putting the ball in the net.
It's a tough one, Rob, that one, because you can also play too safe, which means you start hitting shorter lobs and getting beaten into submission even further. So it's a tough situation, that one. That's very nice for Bora.
And there we go. There's the aggressive smash from Carla.
Have you noticed, Rob,
completely the opposite to what I was talking about? Sort of slow it down. She's actually accelerated even further to good effect.
have you noticed, Rob, there's been 0 portraits, 0 out of cage shots from either of the two teams, which were hitting a lot more when the heat was out before.
Cage shots, did you say?
No, kicks out.
Oh, kicks out, yeah.
Portraits,
Yeah,
yeah.
portraits, yeah.
There's been none of those so far, even with the new balls. Just the temperature makes a huge difference here. That's incredible blocking skills from Catherine.
Lovely defensive lob from Amy. Ooh. It's well played from Carla and Maria. Pretty epic rally there that they've managed to shade in the end with a mistake at the net from Amy Gibson. Brings us to 15-40.
Three set points here. Wow. Blocks are incredible.
Great defense from Maria and Carla. Hanging in here very much. And that's a fantastic Bahada.
Did not back off.
She didn't back off there. Ignoring my advice to, you know, slow it down, be a bit more conservative, she's actually gone to the opposite extreme.
Got a feeling she's going to keep doing that, Rob, all afternoon. She's not going to take one step back and try and win it her way, which I think is the way to do it with those sort of skills.
5-3 now. Amy Gibson on serve, serving for the set. First serve into the net. Throwing her head back in anguish there as that volley sails long from Carla. 15 love, Amy Gibson on serve. fantastic. Great defense from Nerea and Carla. And again, an example of if you don't finish the smash, that can lead to a great opportunity for your opponent. And unfortunately there, Catherine was unable to put away that smash, and Nerea quickly at the net. Good anticipation, setting up a winning point. 15 all. Quick chat from the British pair. It's been a feature of their play between points.
Great defense from Nerea there.
Yep.
Wow.
It's been a little unlucky from Carla there. Great defense at the back, but her return just kissing the grate on the other side. 30-15 to
See why Amy's the #1 player in Great Britain, can't we?
Yes.
She hits that ball so crisply.
Oh, fantastic return from Nerea.
What a time to do it too.
Down the line.
Could that be the transfer and momentum needed at this late stage of the first set?
5-3, 30 all. A little unlucky from Nerea there. She set that up pretty well at the net. Got a chance to finish it with the smash, but unfortunately sent it long. And maybe not a coincidence to feel the wind picking up. That may have been a factor in that mistake.
A couple of set points here, I think.
Yeah.
Now, Rob.
Yeah, fantastic. There, shot from Amy Gibson.
What a great set.
6-3 to Gibson Rose over Fernandez, Gonzalez, and Guerra Santana. What was your feeling after that first set there, Matt?
They've come out strong. All players being super aggressive. Balls just aren't kicking out anymore. Rob, the temperature's dropped. Balls aren't, and if you're not going out, you're going to be crushed on the counter offensive, and that's what's happening here today. In this match, the British have adapted a bit better to that, and Amy's been super aggressive and pinpoint accuracy with those footballs and smashes. She's got a very good game, and I can see what the fuss is about. People have talked about her for a while now, and why she's the #1 player in Great Britain. Catherine,
if you're Nerea and Carla, what would you be telling each other right now to get back in the match?
It's a tough one. You just don't want Amy coming at you with that babor anymore. Longer break now, Rob, for the ladies. Catherine up and running, getting ready to jump back on. Very keen to continue the momentum the English girls have got here. Nerea conferencing up there with Carla. Carla's a really intuitive, emotional player, as we've seen throughout this tournament. So I would imagine a few smiles going on. Here they go. Resets on, Rob, and off they go.
6-3 down the first set in the semi, so I don't think they would be, too put off by losing the first set. They're right in this match. Fantastic early smash from Nerea there, winning that first point for 15 love. That's a good start, isn't it, Matt?
Exactly what they need, Rob. Nice volley from Nerea. It's exactly the start they need, Rob.
30 love. They've controlled the first 2 points. Excellent from Nerea, putting a lot of pressure on the British pair at the back there and drawing the error from Catherine for 30 love. Ooh, unlucky there. Amy, very quick call that was out. I think she was correct. 30-15. Nerea on serve. That's a bit unlucky there with that bandeja going into the top of the net. 30 all. Crucial point here, Matt. Ooh. Fantastic from Carla there, that smash. It's very hard with some of those drives because they could be going out, but if you're at the net, you sort of have to play it. 40-30, first game of the second set. Excellent calling from the Spanish pair.
That's just too good from Amy Gibson.
Forced a deuce or a golden point. And I wonder who's going to take this one. Bit of a conversation at the back from the British. And Amy has elected to receive the golden point. Pretty crucial, as they always are. Excellent rally here for the golden point. And Amy sends that into the foot of Nerea. There's not much you can do about that, is there, Matt? I feel you've used that tactic on me quite a few times.
I tell you what you can do. You can avoid hitting the ball to Amy right now. She's so clocked in with that Vibora, and they're going diagonally back to, and I'll change direction right now. I think she's proven too strong there in the first set, and it's a pattern they want to change. So if I was coaching Carla right now with Nerea, I'd definitely say let's mix it up a bit. Let's get almost all those balls over Catherine's head, and probably try and take the net and see if I can fluster Catherine a bit. Not saying you can, but I'm saying that's the only way out of this at the situation we're in right now, because Amy's just so strong and confident with that, and she's just pinpoint accuracy with every single one of those Viboras.
And also a feature of her defensive play, it's just been excellent, hasn't it? Very few mistakes, excellent lobs, being able to retake the net, vary her play between, you know, lobs and then more aggressive volleys and bandejas and bajadas. She's been outstanding.
She's just so super focused right now.
British able to move Nerea and Carla around the court very effectively. But a great comeback from the Spanish pair, taking the net and forcing a mistake at the back from Catherine. Love 15. Wind picking up here a little bit. Be interesting to see if that tends to come into play, conditions. Could have rain on the way. Oh, fantastic there, that Bajada dying at the back on the glass for Nerea. Incredible shot there.
The ball's just slowing down a bit. I think the ball's probably 10% slower right now, meaning no balls are coming out of the court. And those 3/4 Viboras or Bajadas off the back seem to make sense right now, dying on the back wall.
Fantastic shot. Yeah, again you've called it that. Fantastic.
Amy's picked up on that now.
Dying at the back of the court there on the glass. That brings us to 30-15. Love 1, 30-15 on serve. Looks like we've got a bit of a west to easterly gust coming in. All, crucial point here. Oh, well done. incredible rally there at 30 all. And eventually Catherine forcing a mistake from Carla at the net. But that would have been 15, 20 shots there. Incredible from both pairings there. That brings us to 40-30 for Amy and Catherine. One game all, second set.
Looks like the rain's holding off a bit here, Rob. Might be okay this afternoon of paddle.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent paddle instincts there from Carla, forcing that mistake. Showing good instincts at the net for 15 love. It's been questioned there, but it's been called in by the umpire. Ooh.
Colours got away with that. That was going long.
That was going long, yeah.
The ruling, Rob, as you probably know, is if the ball comes out with a bit of topspin on it, you know it's hit the wall first. Secondarily, pick it up in a second, sorry. Catherine, bring that in the top of the net. Secondarily, Rob, if the ball comes out at an angle higher than it went in, you know it's good. So that ball went in low, came out a little bit higher with no topspin, so made a very glassy noise, which is always a bad sign to argue against. But I think the physics overruled the noise there.
Yeah. Excellent explanation there, Matt. I can use that in my social games.
Just use it when you need it.
To convince people that my shot was in.
Only when you need it. Okay. No point bringing it up when it's going against you. Absolutely none at all. See the men warming up also on Hollywood Court 2 over here. Joel over there. Trademark headband. Warming up. And the men will be on not before 4 p.m. today, so.
Any big themes in the second set you're seeing, Matt? Any changes? Because, 6-2, we're now back to 2-1.
I think this has started just like the first set started. No one's daring to make any significant changes. I think you'd know when you play, you believe your game will override their game eventually, and maybe the first set was just a bit unlucky. So in terms of the power here, it's Carla versus Amy, basically, and then both Nerea and Catherine supporting. And the level again is super high. Well done from Catherine again there.
Fantastic smash from Catherine. Yeah, any chance to win the point, they're trying to take it. Both of them. And obviously Amy's slightly more aggressive, but Catherine as well. When she gets a chance at that smash, she's going to try and finish it. And you have to, because Nerea and Carla will scramble for everything.
Great volley from Carla too. Yeah. Just close the net. Close the net and put that away through the middle. Anticipated very well there. Knew it was coming middle. Here comes a Bahada. Well played from Nerea as well.
Excellent, yeah.
What set that up, Rob, was a little touch chip cross-court volley in towards the cage, making Amy having to hit up on that ball. Then Nerea came in and closed it out. Wow, that's a good volley too.
Fantastic from Amy, yeah. Bringing it to 30 all, I think, now.
Just a level of anticipation. She's picking where they're going to go and taking a bet on that and just closing it out. Probably middle would be the most returns. So it's worth a risk probably, especially on the first serve.
Brilliant from Catherine to defend that smash. And again.
Again, nothing's going out.
Ooh, and unfortunately, when she had her own chance to finish on the smash, she sends it long. Just questioning now a couple of those lobs. And the umpire is saying he saw it as in. But I think Catherine was questioning at least one, if not two of those lobs. Difficult to tell from where I'm standing, but close for sure. And they've just got to be careful they don't let that psychologically impact them. Doesn't look like they have, because that can quickly count against you.
It's a great dig from Nerea there. The Catherine smash.
Again. Similar type of lob that she was complaining about before. And Nerea seizing the chance to finish it by smashing it into Amy, which is an effective shot in paddle, isn't it? It's not. It's something you apologise for, but it's actually quite effective in terms of winning the point.
It's also a break, I think. Rob?
A break for Nerea, yep, and Carla. That's pretty huge. In the context of the match. Oh, smart. Again, from Carla. We've seen at least 3 or 4 of those feints for the big 3 smash and then just a fake, killing the ball, just sending it to the back of the glass, dying at the back. Very difficult to defend that. And again, a lovely drop shot from Carla. She's moving them around quite effectively at the moment. For someone so young, incredible paddle smarts. She must have started when she was -6 months or something like that. Maybe they showed her videos when she was in the womb or something, because her paddle game is incredibly advanced for someone so young.
Her paddle IQ is high, isn't it, Rob? It's well put, actually.
Right. As always, you're a little more articulate and concise than me.
Don't know about that, but that's the first smash that's gone out, I think.
Wow, and that's an impressive feat in these conditions with the balls, to send that out. Gaining confidence as they did in the semi-final, building nicely in the second set, Nerea and Carla.
That's a lovely looking volley from
How important
Carla.
do you feel it is, Matt, when you've been through previous matches in the tournament where you've been down a set and you've come back to win? How important is that psychologically?
I think it sets a roadmap for the future for you. You know you've done it before, you can do it again. It's like beating a pair once before, you can beat them a second time. You know the pathway through, psychologically in this case, a different pair obviously, but they've just backed themselves. The Spanish girls here and are sticking to their game plan. And Carla, they know Carla will come good, and they know that aggressive play will start causing more issues as the game goes on. Potentially when the English pair get a bit, the longer it goes on, fitness could come into play. It's not as hot out here anymore, but they're certainly tired. They've had to play a long semi-final, both pairs. So with the format this weekend, there's a semi-final and a final on today, and 2 matches yesterday as well. So the ladies really have had to battle it out in the last couple of days. It's been quite intense. So I think defense unforced errors might start creeping in soon, I'd imagine. Defense, and you're in that lull at the moment between in the middle of the second set. So this is where champions become champions right now, Rob.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
where it's at. Who can take it to the other team right now and keep the focus and lock in.
Amy Gibson to serve. 2-3. Oh, another excellent rally here. Carla trying to show the initiative to finish at the net. Nerea trying to finish with the smash, unable to finish the point though. Amy Gibson putting pressure on with some incredible volleys.
What a lob from Carla.
This is an incredible rally. We're now looking at 25-30 shots.
The defense on Amy Gibson, incredible. Wow, Carla too.
Pushing them back, British pushing the Spanish pair back. And now with the aid of a slightly fortuitous net cord, the British pair win a rally that was probably, 28-30 shots?
amazing, really. This
really a feature of the match, actually, those kind of rallies.
What we're noticing, Rob, also, the ability, these guys are slamming those volleys in super tight to the feet. All four players can dig volleys out defensively, which is great to watch. Yeah, slowed that one down for a second then.
I do wonder, as Carla sends that one wide for love 30, if we will see an adjustment with the players, with the kick smashes, because it's getting hard to send it out, and it's giving pretty much an easy shot for the opposition. We might see some slightly different shots to the smash, like a bandeja or vibras or low shots to the back of the court. Because at the moment, the smashes from both pairs are not really working in their favour.
That's exactly right, Rob, and that's why Carla's been a little bit less effective at the moment. Her big weapon's been taken off her in these conditions. That's another
And that's what you call the commentator's curse, because Carla's smash forces an error and a point for the Spanish pair. So
I've got to disagree a little bit there, because that was not going out, that's for sure. And if
true.
either lady went forward,
it wasn't going
she
out.
was going to be
It was
punished for
more
that.
an error from
It was just she saw the two players back, I think, and went for it.
Yeah,
which
true.
is also smart. But
So no commentator's curse in that case.
well, I feel like it was just smart. But her weapons have been taken away. She's not dominating like she was in the last.
It's very hard in these conditions to put the ball out. Slightly rainier, colder conditions. The ball's slightly older,
A bit heavier.
That's an effective shot.
It's great.
Now here we see Amy varying her defensive pace very effectively. The British pair pushing the Spanish to the back and waiting for the right opportunity to kill this point. It's not there yet, though. Fantastic rally, and a little unlucky from Nerea there, that one just clipping the top of the net. But certainly the British pair were sort of in control of that point. I noticed some of the Spanish crowd getting behind their team a little bit now, sensing the gravity of this moment.
A lot of Brits here today and Spanish here today, Rob.
Yeah.
Just what you'd expect at a tournament.
I feel like the Spanish might be a little louder, which is rare, but who knows? Here we go. We're seeing some vamo from both Carla and the crowd, which is good to see.
Got a break point here.
Yeah, this
Rob?
is another golden point, which is huge in the context of the match. And it's gone long. So again, smart match play from Amy Gibson.
Getting the first serve in, close to the glass.
Pretty sure you've taught me that as well. Get your first serves in, right? Get your first serves in, get all your returns in.
First serves for sure under pressure on a golden point.
That brings us back to 3-all, second set.
Just milked out an error there with that serve.
Carla to serve.
So Carla's stretching it a bit, lad. She wants to impose herself in the match, and it's just difficult with the balls a little bit heavier, as we talked about. And she's getting a bit of frustration, I'm sensing.
A little bit of frustration, and perhaps that was a little deep for her to be trying that shot, but she is an aggressive, proactive player, and it's worked for her many times before, of course. Now, unfortunately, Nerea has dumped that second shot in the net for love 30, I believe. Excellent defensive lob from Amy Gibson.
It's a bullet of a Bajada from Nerea.
Oh. Proactive volley there from Carla, but unfortunately it's just drifted wide. So a couple of mistakes from both of them, and that's been enough to give that advantage to the British at the moment. Another incredible point here. Both Pairs playing very well. Yeah.
Amy Gibson again. She really waits for the right opportunity and then comes through with an aggressive shot. Potentially a little bit impatient on the Spanish side there, trying to force the ball a bit early, causing a few errors, trying to impose themselves. And I think they need to do that right now.
Yep.
Middle of the second set.
4-3 down, 6-3 down, 4-3 down. I've been impressed with Amy's play. I mean, obviously, you know, the aggressive proactivity at the net, finishing when she gets the chance, but also her ability to vary her game, like be very effective on defense, lobs, Chiquita's drives, varying the speed of her drive. It's been really impressive, actually. She's shown us the full spectrum of defensive and attacking skills in paddle, so easy to see why she's British #1, I would say. And shout out to Paddle Hub Slough, where my sister plays, and Amy's a member there. So if you're in England at any point, get yourself to the Paddle Hub in Slough and have a game there.
I've seen that.
Paddle with Pep on Thursdays, I think, is a social event. Paddle with Pep.
Paddle with Pep.
Shout out to my sister who runs that.
Forced to be reckoned with, Pep, for women's paddle. She's driven it personally, I'm sure, through the UK and now Australia, year on year.
Absolutely.
She's building the numbers up and making a real difference to sport worldwide, I'd say now.
Yeah, empower paddle, encouraging women into the great sport of paddle. Ooh, a little unlucky from Nerea there, that smash, clipping the top of the net and then going out. So I think we have 6-3, 4-3 to the British pair. So not too far away from a pretty epic win. Excellent scrambling defense from Carla there, but difficult when you're having to dig that out at the back of the court. So she sends her defensive shot long. Fantastic rally again. British desperately trying to take back that net with a range of defensive shots. And again, the attempted smash not going out. And that's a little unlucky from Carla there. That little drop shot, clipping the top of the net.
Don't mind it though, trying to break things up a bit, change things up. She's got to do something a little bit different now. She did boom that smash out, didn't go out again. So that's been her trump card all the way through this tournament. And the tricky conditions now with the rain potentially coming and the air a bit damper, with the balls not flying what they used to.
And Catherine Rose finding the same issue. And she's lucky to get away with that, really, an attempted kill smash. Eventually ending up with a mistake from Nerea, but again, the smash, not the weapon that these players have been able to rely on up until now, and tricky to have such different conditions for the final. Almost a different game in a sense, isn't it, Matt?
It is. You and I relish in these conditions.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We would be unbeatable.
When the weapons...
Especially if I'm playing left-handed. Yeah.
When the weapons get taken from the big smashes. That's a lovely little dink from Nerea. The side fence.
And a rare, I wouldn't call it an error, but Amy at the back, unable to dig that one out, where she's been so strong on defense all tournament, really.
This is we're just questioning the scoreboard here for those at home, looking on the laptop or the YouTube channel on your television.
I don't think that's right. I think that other one is right. 6-3, 5-3. It's not 5-3 to them. Oh. nicely from Nerea. A rare double drop shot, one from Carla, one from Nerea, but unfortunately Nerea's final shot kept the top of the net. So that double drop shot technique didn't quite work for them in that point. Excellent from Amy, forcing an error from Carla. Again, her trademark aggressive net play, putting a lot of pressure on Carla and Nerea.
Players would say that's wrong. English one the first time.
It's gone too long there from Nerea, that lob. And the British starting to put a lot of pressure now as they close in on this victory.
Lovely volleys again from the Spanish duo here. Carla with it.
Again, she's put away the smash.
That's where Amy gets to work. They change it up now back to Catherine instead, which is great work from Nerea.
Excellent.
Stealing that.
And that's it. The British have won 6-3, 6-3. And you have to say, Matt, a well-deserved victory.
Absolutely well-deserved.
They controlled that match. And unfortunately for the Spanish pairing, I think the change of conditions took away, as you said, some of their big weapons, particularly that big smash. And they kept trying it, and it wasn't quite working for them. But a high quality match nonetheless. It's a shame we didn't get the third set, but I think 6-3, 6-3, pretty fair scoring in the end.
Yeah, so standout for me then was Amy Gibson.
Yeah.
Just relentless with those Viboras coming at you, and as you mentioned too, great all-round game in terms of the her defense, etc. But she stayed aggressive, stayed on task, and the Spaniards unfortunately came up short as the conditions got a bit tougher to bury the balls.
And maybe the pretty epic semi-final 3-set match took a bit out of them. I mean, Amy and Catherine were excellent at moving them around the court. And as the match wore on, some of those defensive shots that the Spanish pair were getting back, they were unable to scramble for, or at least they were able to get it, but only put an easy shot for the British to finish. So maybe some of the tougher earlier matches caught up on them a little bit, but they'd be very proud of their effort to make it this far. I think they almost, you could say they almost had played the final in the semi because it was such an epic match, but they would have also come into this expecting to win, but not to be this time. I'm sure they'll be back next year though.
Come the English girls now right past us, doing their photo duties as the winners should be doing.
And nice for Catherine. Last year I know she was very disappointed to make the final but miss out. And I think in Melbourne they got to the semi. So she's gone one better this time. So it's always nice to do that, isn't it? To come back to the scene of a loss and sort of put that right. So she'd be very happy to have partnered up with Amy this time and get the win.
Super excited. Good emotions being shown by the girls. Now, lovely girls too.
Yeah,
super nice.
Super
Spent a lot
nice.
of time with them socially this year, last year. They've been really, especially Catherine, super nice human being, as most of the paddle industry are, to be honest.
Present company accepted. And also just to note, Amy wasn't feeling particularly well this morning, so she's done well mentally to sort of come through and play 2 high-quality matches when physically not feeling at her best. So that's always pretty impressive to see as well. See people fight through those kind of conditions.
Well, what we might do now is wrap up a bit now, and then come back for the men's final. I just want to quickly check for those at home we're on the same link, on the same YouTube FIP link, which I think we are for both finals. But the men are due on very soon, and we'll take a little 10-minute break and come back to you.
Sounds good, Matt.
Welcome back, everybody, to the men's final here at the Australian Padel Open. It's an all-Spanish affair out there. Matt Burrell here in the commentary box with my co-guest celebrity commentator.
Celebrity.
Picasso, Dominic. Dom, walk us through what you think is the biggest factor in this match today.
So I've been watching these teams play throughout the tournament. Firstly, both of these teams are extraordinarily talented and well versed. What I have noticed is that there is one team here, and that is Joel and Gillen. Both of them possess big weapons and can finish the points at any time. Whereas the other team of Sergio and Pablo, or Bembo, they have a combination in which they have one person setting up the point and the other person as the finisher. For me, most of the time I'm probably going to be putting my money on the team in which both players have a weapon to finish the point, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out today.
Rightio, and conditions here today, the rain's been staved off, got through the ladies' final with the Brits, Amy Rose and Catherine got through and won. Good victory for the Brits over the Spanish. And now a big crowd's building in here for the men's final. Hands on this guys, Don. Unbelievable hands, huh?
Yeah, their short game is just unbelievable. It seems like they're always balanced. You know, you hit an angle that's going towards the fence, they're there, they're balanced, they can hit a nice little chiquita at your feet. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Brand new balls, and the player who has the biggest smash on that team can't get the ball out just yet. It's quite humid. It looks like there might be a bit of rain coming in, so that's not a good sign to have that smash picked off already. And then next point, he decides not to go for the smash and goes for Vibra. Misses that too. So what have we got here? 15-30. Love 40.
4 break points here, Dom, with the short juice. Golden point. Pablo serving. Sprayed that wide.
Maybe a bit of nerves here, Burrell, to start the match. What do you think?
I think so. All players need to settle in. We've all seen that before, been there before. Big occasion here. FIP, silver points and prize money on offer. All experienced players here, all 4. We watched, of course, Joel and Guillaume in the semi-final that we commentated. Joel with a fast lob.
Ooh.
Great shot from Pablo there.
That's a well set up point there. There was a couple shots there that were just sneaking over the net with angle, and people were lunging all over the place. Managed to reset the point nicely, but a slight miss hit set the ball up nicely. Great volley.
Yeah,
lefty volley back to the ad side.
That's exactly right. Again, not clearing, Dom. Wow.
Guillem's, I've got to say, his backhand has been the highlight for me so far of the tournament.
I agree.
Just so much control. No matter if it's a half volley, if it's off the wall, if it's coming at 100 kilometres an hour, places the racket there. But he's not just getting the ball back, he's getting it back with interest.
absolute mint.
How do you teach that? Is that teachable? Or is that natural?
I don't think so. I think he must have come from a very illustrious career in tennis with that. He's up and about too. Look at the energy on the guy.
I haven't seen that in the tournament yet. He's just been chewing his gum every match, you know, pretty chill out kind of guy. You know, maybe a fist pump here or two, but now he's bouncing on the toes, running to the change of ends. I think he knows it's the finals.
You can sniff those FIP silver points, I think, Tom, in the new format this year with the extra points plus the prize money. Players come a long way to come out here and play this tournament. So, you know, all the energy's going in now, and we were discussing before, it's like as a Byron Bay local, very chilled out guy, being just cruising around, pretty emotionless, in control though. In control in his own mind, I think. He's in cruise control all the way through, and now he's realising a bit of energy is going to dampen and maybe set a bit of fear up in the opposition because he hasn't been doing much of it. But I guess it's worthwhile. He's been hitting some unbelievable shots all tournament, like you're saying. All the players have been talking about this guy's skills. He's probably the most skillful player at the tournament.
So you think he's been cruising in, say, third gear the whole tournament, and now he's gone up a gear? You reckon he's got a couple more gears?
I think he's been emotionally cruising and just not letting the opposition know, keeping it close to his chest. You've been accused of something similar before, Dom?
I have, and that's the thing. Like, there's always that it looks like from the outside. Okay, maybe they're not trying. Maybe he's just cruising in third gear. But on the inside, you know, that might be his 100% because the smoothness as well. You know, you come across players who look like, you know, just because they're so smooth, like Roger Federer, for example, they might not be like, you know, trying 110%, but it's not the case. It might be the case with this guy. He's a very smooth player, we'll say.
Not wearing his heart on his sleeve, but I think that may be one of his weapons too. Just keeping it. Got that backhand again, pick up Dom.
Nice little Chiquita there. Reach. Definitely helps being tall in paddle. What do you think of the next 10 years? Is it going to turn into tennis where there's a bunch of 6'5" guys roaming the court?
Saw that at the Brisbane International recently, didn't we? Some of those 6'5" big boys. I think paddle's a little bit different in one sense because of the way to flick that back behind him.
Yeah, no look.
It's like a general Sunday shot. You won't see that at a local paddle club, will you, Dom?
No, you won't see that. That was nice. Again, though, the smash just not going anywhere. These balls, these Dunlop balls, quite heavy.
They were flying before. I noticed you kicked a few out in your matches. They were flying on before when we were at 32 degrees yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, just a few though, not as many as usual. Is it new balls every 7 games in this one?
Yep.
That will help the team of Bembo and Pablo, I believe. Right now, I think it's 3 love. Do they change anything just yet, or do they keep going a little while longer, you think? Just get the nerves out, maybe.
I'd probably stick with it for a little bit. A bit of a golden streak from Joel. A couple of unforced errors. Maybe they're forcing the play a bit now, Dom. Help Bembo with his Pablo with their visas coming out here. Like all players coming out to Australia, visas are necessary to come out, even for a bit of social paddle.
Golden point here. Who's going to take it? Looks like Gillen is going to take it. I'm guessing he's hoping for a backhand here. Let's see where Bembo
does he drive it line?
He goes to his strength. Little vibra, keep the net. Shorter one goes vibra again. I think the key here, they're going to try hold the net as well as they can at this point. Backhand post. Or always had a jumping kick smash.
Wow.
Alright, they've lost the net here. Let's see what happens. Ooh.
Joel trying to force the situation a little bit then.
Yeah, that was the first. They'd just won the net, and they're probably thinking sudden net juice point. We need to probably go for it. In that occasion, you probably could have been a little bit more patient and wait for a shorter one. But everyone was a bit antsy at that point. There were people running across to the other side. There was a fake jump smash. That's what we like to see, though.
Well, mentioning before, Dom, this is the highest level ever seen in Australia, I'd imagine.
I'd imagine so.
In terms of paddle quality. That's incredible defense there, Dom. Pablo.
Ooh. That was very nice. The reaction on that, you're pretty much lunging, guessing where the ball is before he even hits the ball. That's great.
Good call, Dom. Double hit, correct?
I think it was good.
You called double hit, I think, and Sergio.
Oh, okay.
Bembo.
That's why. Is that why Guillaume clapped? Okay. Yeah.
There's no getting away with that at this level, is there? This isn't Sunday afternoon in Uruba.
No. Ooh. Again, still going for the smash, everyone.
As these balls get a little bit
We
more
haven't seen
frayed.
one go out yet, though, have we? Not yet.
Not one. Similar theme in the ladies' match, have you? They kept going for them. Just got punished more and more. Wind's died off a bit here, Dom. Although the balls are still heavier with the moisture around, the threat of rain coming.
If it was anything like yesterday, conditions were very tough. Like inside the court, it seemed like the wind's going one direction, but as soon as you hit a log, the ball takes it the other direction. So it really messes with your brain. But so far, everyone's doing pretty well. Boom. Got a juice deciding point here.
Nice return from Pablo. Nice lob. Great emotion show from Pablo there. They're back in business here, I think. That's just the break they needed, Roscoe. I almost called you Roscoe. Not sure if that's a compliment or an insult. Take that as a compliment.
I'll take
Dom.
it. I'll take it as a compliment. So I think we're back on serve, that means.
We certainly are. Interesting. I think they've stayed the course. A lot of communication going on over there, Dom, right now.
Yeah, you can see that in the camera. Yeah, a lot of communication going on. Looks like Bembo might be leading some of that communication there. I wonder what they're saying.
I think they've cracked it now and they're on the right directions. Bembo out first, always a factor.
Leader.
You can see taking the alpha position right now and early on in this partnership.
Would he be the older or younger of the pair?
I feel like he's the older. I'm not going to guess at it though, Dom. Don't make me do that.
No. Dangerous game, that one.
I'm older than all of them, but I've had a good chat to these guys while they've been here, and he is a real thinker, Sergio, or Bembo as we call him in the paddle community.
You can definitely see that by the way he plays. You can see the thoughts going through his brain before he hits every ball. You got your instinctual players, and then you have your tactical players. I'd say he'd come under the tactical kind of player.
He's the thinker. Here we go, conferences everywhere. Guillaume's got the chewing gum going still, as you said.
Any chance that that comes out of his mouth during a point. Is that take two or is that play on?
That's a great point. Not sure if that's the same as a ball coming out. What if a headband comes off in this sport?
Headband would be play two. Same as like a hat coming off, I'd say.
That may have been long again. Again, not out, Dom.
I think that's 3 in a row that Joel's missed there. Overheads, trying to do a fake smash or a straight rule into the cage. Missed it.
That's an issue, Dom, I think. If that's your main weapon and it gets taken away from you, you've got to go to plan B. What is plan B for the big hitter?
Plan B for the big hitter? I like his volley game. I think he's got some great volleys, great reflexes. He can stretch very far. And his backhand angle volley is quite great. So I would say I'd like to see some more Chiquitas if his smash game's not working. Chiquitas come in. I've seen a couple real hard forehand volleys in transition.
So he's got the hands. Wow.
Bembo and Pablo stopped to watch to see if there was a net touch, not thinking that the ball was going to stay in. By the time that they stopped looking to see if the net was touched, the border read bounced twice.
Grip 30 all here, Dom.
Nice and easy in the corner. There's a Chiquita, but stay back.
Almost daring each other to hit it out so they can come forward and...
Wow.
Great shot by Pablo. Took the risk on it.
Points to his head like he planned that all along. Don't know about that.
Some players at this level will be going for the net tape, Dom.
That's true. If you can hit a net tape consistently, I say too good. Actually, I'd be very angry.
Yeah, suspicious about that strategic behaviour, I'm sure. 40-30, Pablo serving. Guillem receiving. Lovely Chiquita. Is that roller you talked about, Tom? Finally, he's found favour with the big smash.
There we go. Maybe that's the key. Only go for the big smash on the lower lobs. Maybe you need a bit of momentum coming towards you to help with that smash, rather than when you hit off the back wall, gives a bit of backspin, and you try to kick it. Those ones don't seem to be doing too good right now. Here we go. Another sudden death juice point.
Certainly is.
I feel a lot of lobs coming this point. Wow.
Next level hands there, Dom. Wow.
I think 3 of those were just defending their nuts.
The thinker became instinctual then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No time to think.
He came in just slamming, driving that backhand volley, then had a second crack at it right at him.
He was either going to win or lose the point with that.
There's no going backwards, that's for sure.
That was a well-struck smash there.
Some of the balls are flying again. What's going on around here? Commentator's curse. Just spent the last 20 minutes explaining why no one should hit that shot. 2 in a row, okay. Defying gravity, these guys. Not a go.
So I'd like to point out something. Now, one of the shots that Bembo hit from the back there, it was just a half volley. Like, just notice how much he's on his toes during the point. I think that's the difference between a really good player and not so great players. They're always on their toes. If you're on your toes, your body weight's going forward, and you can just put your racket there and massage the ball back. If you're not on the toes, it's too late to get your racket to where it needs to go already, which is why he managed to play such an effective block off a really good shot at that point before.
That's a great point, Dom. I have noticed that. Like a meerkat ready to pounce at any time. I'm serving, holding net here.
Oh, that's a naughty lob. That was great communication from Pablo there. A high lob went up to Bembo. He's told him exactly where both of the opposition were. Managed to play the perfect shot. Again, on the toes, going forward. Ooh.
This really is a roller coaster right now, isn't it? Momentum shifting literally point by point. Bit of emotion being showed by all players here. Expecting the FIP Silver final. Joel's quite happy with that. Getting off the court as fast as possible after winning his serve.
There we go. That was a 3-game in a row rut that they just got out of.
4-3 on serve, Dom.
4-3 on serve. What are you thinking, bro? Is this going to be a long match?
I think this battle is pretty even all the way through. This could go the distance. It's down to a couple of unforced errors, or I don't think either party's changing strategy right now. They're all locked in.
They might. New balls right now coming in. Does that mean...
It's a good pickup. You see a few attempted smashes now, Dom?
Perhaps.
The cadence will increase, you think?
Perhaps maybe seeing some low over the net shots.
That leadership role again assumed. Guillaume first out. Exuding confidence. I'd have to guess Pablo will be the youngest on the court. 6'4"?
No.
Feel like he's tall compared to everybody else.
6'2", I'd say.
6'2". I think he towers over me. I tell people I'm 6'2".
You're 5'8", no? Wait, if you're 6 foot, then I'm 6'5".
You're my son. Bembo serving. Lovely return.
Wow.
What a pickup. Pablo. Strong wish from Guillaume there.
I'm not sure if there's any replays on this, but if there is, there was one shot that Pablo hit there, backhand, where he had to hit it a whole new shot. He had to drop the head of the racket straight to the ground and flick it because the ball was almost behind him. That was scarily talented. Something I've never been able to do before. I've managed to get that back low as well, not just in. Some of these small things you can just tell, okay, that's a really good player.
He's got the skills, hasn't he? Bembo.
He's got a good racket as well. Oh no, Pablo.
Pablo definitely has a good racket. He's fully kitted out in his Adidas gear, as you are, Dom. It's a rare mistake from Guillaume. He tends to settle into that position right behind the cage there, Dolman. Happy to take a half volley there, or a low volley. Can dig it out. Saw with the ladies' final, Nerea took that same position. More than happy to take that on.
Does that mean your partner has to take 2 steps back and cover all the court?
And the middle, yeah.
And the middle, yeah.
Yeah. It puts your partner with a bit more pressure, but it puts him in a spring position to attack fast as well.
So as long as you can trust your partner, I think that's
That's something
It's a fair technique.
you and Sam were working on last year.
Yeah, we have been experimenting with that one.
1 forward, 1 back. The old school way of doing it, not for sure.
Yep.
Wow,
That's really good.
let's go.
No touch of the net there. No, Bembo's asking the question. I did not see a touch. Straight in front of us, wasn't it, Burrow?
Bembo's saying here he was on his side of the net. He didn't touch the net, but he was saying he's inside the net, I think. This isn't a new concept for these guys.
They might be arguing about the ball being outside the cage, because as soon as the ball goes outside the cage, it's dead, right?
Oh, I see.
I am learning Spanish, but my Spanish isn't good enough to be keeping up with this conversation right now.
Not sure what next time with a commentary here, but things are getting a bit echoing for me here as well.
Me too.
Get the IT guy here.
Okay, so can confirm, they are arguing about whether it was a net touch or not. Bembo seems like he's saying that Gwillim's foot touched the net.
I've got to be honest here, I think that's a really late call from Bembo after he lost the point. I didn't see any net touches from my end, wasn't looking for it. I think it was a clean, shot, in my personal opinion. See what the referee does here. The wind is flipping the net around as well, Dom.
Yeah, but the wind is pushing the net towards the other side, not the side on which Gwillim was running.
Is that a play 2, Dom, in the end there?
I'm not entirely sure. I think in the end they might have played 2, but I totally forgot what the score was before that point. Wow. Now, Gwillim just hit that vibra off the back with a topspin. To hit that with a topspin, the way he did, to time it, you have to get the timing absolutely perfect. And he did just that. That was really impressive. Break point 2. That was a big break. Now serving for the set.
That's a savage backhand volley, isn't it? He's on fire right now.
He's feeling it. He's internalised a little bit of that frustration with the take 2 call after his amazing shot. And he's let the racket do the talking. Spoke too early once again.
Commentator's curse. Jarrell serving. Pablo receiving here. Really got to turn their fortunes around now. Incredible speed.
Wow. Pablo's done very well there to get that off the cage. As you know, ball could bounce anywhere. He's timed his swing to the perfect time and hit, not just made it, made a difficult shot. The straight smash, working well now.
I think all the personalities are finally coming out now, Dom. This reserve phase is officially over, and the boys are really
It's time to play some paddle.
playing some paddle and showing a lot of emotion here, rightfully so.
There we go, first set. Burrell.
So Dom, first set down. You're chatting to your partner now. You're on the wrong side of the first set. What are they saying to each other now?
I think they're saying, look, we've figured out the wind, you know, we're lobbing quite well. They've just had a good phase of hitting smashes. I think if you're Pablo and Bembo, they've had some success lobbing over the backhand side of Joel. Joel's missed a couple in which he was aiming for the cage, he's missed into the net. The only shot he is hitting well from that position is the downline smash. So I imagine they might hit to that area a bit more.
Lobbing line.
Lobbing line, taking a couple steps forward and taking the net that way. I think they're going to try to do a better job of holding the net in this set here, as I think there were a couple breaks, but most of the points won were the people at net. What about you? Anything you're noticing or anything you're changing?
Yeah, so I think all these players have similar levels of skills. It just boils down to match play, competitive nature, right shot at the right time, parking the ego every now and then with a big smash potentially, driving the borers, and just, I think also when the balls get a bit heavier, just placing the balls a bit softer towards the corners and establishing net position, lobbing well, becomes more important than the big smash out. So those with more patience, I think, may come through now. I think they need to just calm it down a little bit and play the points out. And they seem to do okay with the longer points, these two, Bembo and Pablo, when they can establish themselves through a point with patience. That's a massive smash on Pablo. After the fake.
That was a really good fake as well. I thought he was going to go for it. It was a very short lob, but no.
For Guillaume to get around behind his partner, Joel, to get the fake, shows pretty good anticipation and court speed too. They kept that ball low.
Here we go, back playing slow. Wow, that's insane. Wow. Out.
Look at the Bembo, the thinker's face there. A little confused about what's going on. He thought he had that made. Set it up for that shot. Would normally make it, I'd imagine.
He did well there, cutting off the angle and not letting that backhand volley from Pablo hit the cage there. Maybe not the right shot choice to try hit an insane angle back, but
Block that middle, you think, Dom?
great anticipation. Perhaps block it middle or just try get it at the feet.
Far across, Pablo comes there. That guy can volley. Just unbelievable volley.
Oh, wowzers.
That guy's an alien. Where did they come from?
I think he's been watching Pat Rafter too much.
Bembo from the back foot, back right corner, swinging that across court for a winner. All players confused and smiling.
How was the backward boast from Gillam, and then he's at the net for a volley, the very next shot? It's like he's using a backward boast as an attacking shot now. That's another level, Burrell.
That's been absolutely bashed through into the back corner. I'm not sure if that's... Leave that to the partner, I think. Leave those big
I mean, yeah, mix it up every now and then, but I think now this is a sudden on a 40-30. If that was 40-15, that's okay. Turns out all right in the end.
Got away with that.
Important hold from Bembo and Pablo.
Feeling confident after that volley, maybe. You can fluff yourself up sometimes and get yourself into a position of thinking you're a bigger hitter than you are. So I've certainly done it before.
I've been guilty of that.
No, well, you can hit them well. I hit a nice little drop shot and think I've got a massive smash suddenly. Next point after. Doesn't seem to work like that, does it?
Yeah.
Tim Brown Padel in the house right behind us.
TBP.
Building up our fan club, Dom.
One by one. We have Sam Ashton messaging me. One of the comments I made about being on the toes. A shout out to Sam. It's something he's probably sick of hearing, as I'm always saying it to him.
Oh, that was a dig at Sam. That was a subliminal dig at Sam via Bembo. I get it.
He noticed it and he messaged me. Shout out to Sam. I'll see you in Melbourne.
Sam is your partner last year. Did very well together, you guys, and had the best results in, I would say, all of Asia, Pacific and Middle East with your incredible run of victories through the World Cup qualifiers in Kuwait, taking out every team and having an unblemished record there. You all the other teams were watching you guys and all took it to a new level, didn't you?
It was good. Love playing indoors, love playing with Sam. And yeah, we did really well. Just lifted another level, playing for the country.
Let's go, Crocs.
And I think that's how I secured my partner for this tournament. Sam couldn't play this one. Max, the 11th time Finland champion, saw me playing at the World Cup Championships, and he's okay, he's not too bad, let's make the trip over.
The golden wrist extended it to you.
He did.
Sam couldn't play this event, so Dom was out shopping for partners, taking tenders and expressions of interest for about a month, weren't you, Dom?
3 months.
Sam's making a comeback in the next tournament, a follow-up tournament here in Melbourne. I love how he goes back behind you there.
You got so many options there.
You seem to take that one as a one each time though, rather than burying it back into that corner there. It's backhand, he goes cross-court with.
Yeah.
I prefer his no-look version of that.
Couple quick points to row here.
He's just a cool cat, isn't he?
He's a really good cut. Everything from the haircut to the sleeve to the all black.
Where are we at now, Dom? How are you feeling out there if you're... I
believe that's 1-all. Bevo's not going to be too happy with the return, but looks like he's forgotten that quickly, which is good.
It's probably the #1 trait to success in the sport, Dom, isn't it? How fast you can forget a horrible last game or point. Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh, really? I thought it was how fast you could hit a vibra.
That's the Aussie version of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Pablo didn't appreciate that neck court action.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what Joel was apologising for, because so many crazy things happened that rally.
What about getting the ball before it went out of cage?
Oh yeah, wow.
He got in just in time. He knew where it was going to go.
Again, love that backhand half volley. Ooh. Great close from Bembo. Wow. Alright, surely. Oh, I thought he was going to be under pressure there, but no.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow. Geez, that's talent from Guillaume coming through there.
You know what I really like? I like the late approaches to the net, because your partner, by the time, so when they're hitting a shot, they see you at the baseline, so that, okay, I'm going to hit a shot here, and I'm going to try get it at their feet. But just at that moment is when, if you make your decision to come forward, you're then hitting that volley waist height in a nice transition volley. If you can time that late transition, and I see this in the pros when I watch them on YouTube, they do that really well.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack by Gwilym.
Oh my goodness. Also, Dom, I've noticed the better players with the most amount of talent, game for example, he lets that ball drop so low off the glass and drives through it. Doesn't panic at all. No half volleys for him. He'll let it go and just drive through. Hit about a millimetre over the net every time.
Do you think he can see in those ones where he's let it come off the wall, say he's hitting a backhand, so his back is facing away from a majority of the court? Do you think he can see in his peripheral vision where his opponents are, whether they're closing on the net?
I've got a feeling he's not looking at the reflection. Look at that dig as well. It's unbelievable. Pacer comes out. He's got your approach there too, Sam, up on the net. He's got the ability just to drive that last second. I guess he just feels out how close the player is peripherally. Doesn't look at the reflection behind him, does he? That's an advanced move.
That's the next level. Wow.
A volley out of there. Pablo's got the same racket you use, hasn't he, Dom?
That's a break, Borelli.
That is a break.
That was a well-deserved break. They did play a couple of really good points.
Bembo will be very disappointed about that, as will Pablo.
I think Pablo might be asking for a physio or a toilet here. He's reaching on his left glute. Yeah, we've got a physio out here. Did you notice anything during that game?
No, but I think when Guillaume chiseled the ball back into the corner with that nice volley and he didn't make it, I feel like he pulled up a bit rough on that ball.
He is looking a little bit ginger.
Took an injury. Looks like injuries are coming into play here now, Dom. Padel not looking perfect at the moment. For those of you at home as well, we've got the score on the IT system here set up internally. I think it's the wrong way round. It's actually 6-3 2-1 to the serving team of Jarell and Guillaume. So it's reversed on the scoreboard. You'll see at home. So please disregard that for 30 seconds till we fix it. Dom, what have you noticed over the years with the different communication styles? I mean, some say yours up, mine up, some say both up. That's the basic stuff in Australia. What are the pros actually doing, you think? Will you find out soon when you're in Spain for your sabbatical? Please
I think I'll find out soon. The whole thing with me is, what I really don't like is people saying left and right as a lefty. That really confuses me. So I asked for my partners to say juice or add. Max was telling me yesterday, who's a bit more experienced than me, he was asking for a lot of communication. He was like when I'm going up for a smash, he's telling me, I want you to say it like 3 times. Like, as the lob goes up, where are they? As the ball's coming down, where are they? And as I'm about to hit it, where are they? Because he wants to know, like, in real time, like, where they're coming. I was just waiting until, like, just before he's about to hit it and then telling him. I was waiting for the opposition to make a move. But he wanted more communication, I think.
So do you say add and juice, or do you call it, these guys call each other's names, I noticed.
Yeah.
So he's talking about Pablo up, Pablo back.
Yeah, I think if I use names if I do know them. If not, juice and add is what I'm using. I'm not sure about the pros. I'll let you know in 6 months or 1 month time actually.
I want to talk to you in a minute about your overseas trip, which is super exciting. Wow, rolling that backhand.
It's well hit. Well hit, but he's feeling that left glute or left lower back.
Has he got the juice to get through this with the injury, do you think? Dom?
We'll see.
Some players try and hide it, so the opposition don't see it. Others go live with it.
We've definitely seen players win with one pair injured or one pair cramping. Compared to tennis, it's a little bit easier because you've got less court to cover.
That's true.
And sudden death juice definitely helps that too. So we'll see. I wouldn't rule anyone out just right now.
Got the physio called again, Dom. Maybe we'll take this opportunity to have a quick chat about your trip overseas. So let me set the picture up for those viewers at home. Dom's heading overseas soon to immerse himself in the Spanish culture, all the way from learning the Spanish language. You've been chatting to all sorts of Spanish around here, I've noticed at the tournament, honing and fine-tuning your language skills to get a head start before you get there, and also you'll make a hell of a lot of contacts over there in Spain. Great for the Aussie Crocs. The more our players play against better players overseas, we only get one chance a year, basically, to be playing against players at this level, which is right now for the FIP Silvers, one in Sydney, one in Melbourne. And you being overseas will A, be a fantastic experience for you, enjoying yourself wise, and B, play some fantastic paddle, have some fun. It's not all serious stuff, is it?
No, definitely not. It's, let's say maybe like a little half paddle, half experience. You know, just move to a different country, learn a new language, experience a new culture before I turn 30, you know. And yeah, so the plan is to play paddle perhaps three times a week, join a couple of academies there, learn from the best coaches, play with the best players at the best facilities. and then come back to Australia. So I'm pretty excited. When you say I'm fine-tuning my skills, that's probably a bit... fine-tuning my Spanish, that's probably a bit too advanced. I'd say I'm still learning the ropes at the moment.
You're a rusty old car.
Yeah, I'm really going to be going there with a very basic knowledge, which is the part that makes me a little bit nervous. See if I can get around with some basic knowledge, but I really do want to get to a point where I am fluent and I can talk with a native Spanish person. I think that's one of my goals of going over there.
One thing I learned from living over in France, which I didn't do.
You're a well-travelled man.
Wish I had. Been to a few countries. But one thing I didn't do, which I wish I had, which is it's over. Which I had, which is immersing yourself in the local culture and learning the language and not speaking one word of English. And that's what people who learn fast tend to do. They have a little lolly jar, where they put €1 in every time they speak the language, and they're not allowed to speak the language at all of English. And that way you will have to learn Spanish, and then apparently after 2 months of this, you'll start dreaming in Spanish, which is the true sign of being on the Spanish side of the fence.
When I have my first Spanish dream,
let us all know.
I'll be posting that on my Instagram. We had the crowd liking that one. It was a cheeky little side boys from Pablo. Was that for a break? We've been too busy discussing my next couple of months, but I think that was a break back, 3-3.
This has turned super exciting here. Big point. Phil, the referee's keeping a keen eye on the situation here. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness someone is.
It's the referee. Anyone want to follow Dom's trials, tribulations and travels? What would be the Instagram handle, Dom?
It's at Padel Picasso on Instagram.
There we go. Expect you're following the pickup after all the hundreds of thousands of followers of this FIP YouTube broadcast today.
So I've definitely noticed that Pablo is playing different since he's had that physio time out. You know, he's less aggressive. He's letting Bembo take his
There we go again.
height of his court.
Commentator's curse. Tried to rip a big smash suddenly. Also went across 2/3 the court to get a forehand volley that definitely wasn't his. But he's not looking like an injured guy. Maybe he's hit a few full tyrants. Oh, maybe it wasn't worth the risk.
We got a close up of his Adidas racket here. We can see, and it looks like he's got the Ali Galan set up. So on that Adidas metal bone,
Yep, tell me about it.
as you know, you can have there's 6 screws on the side of the racket, in which you can adjust or take out completely to suit your style, whether it's more attacking or defensive. And it looks like Pablo has taken out all of his screws, which will make the racket lighter.
Swing it faster
to be
for
able to
volleys.
swing it faster,
Yeah.
which is the same setup that Ali Galan plays with, and myself. What about you? You use the metal bone. Do you keep the screws in?
I do, but I can't be promoting products on this channel, obviously. But let's just say Ali and I share in the system,
I see.
and only because you taught me how to do that.
Or
You'll be playing with these sort of fellas week in, week out for the next couple of months, I'd imagine, Dom. These guys will be all over the same academies you're going to be frequenting, I'd imagine.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know, I've been told in Spain they have in the academies they have levels. You know, the top level is your professional players that are playing your Premier Tour events. You have your next, which is the professional female players with the good local players, and then it goes down and down. So I think when I arrive there, what happens is, they do an assessment to see, all your shots, and then put you into an appropriate group. So it'll be interesting to see which group I get put into initially. Either way, looking forward to, and I'm hoping to just get beaten really bad for the first 2 months, as we were saying before. When you're forced, that's when you're going to learn the fastest. So I need to be putting myself in that position there, forcing myself to learn fast.
That's a great attitude from Padel Picasso. Great mindset to have. I think they have low expectations from Australians coming over to Spain. They've heard it all before. I know Tommy's been over there before. Japan tend to frequent the big academies in Madrid and Barcelona. Japanese players, the Qatari players do as well. A lot of Asian countries head over there, trying to fast track the learning curve. Makes perfect sense. Is that an expensive journey going through the academy system over there? Or do they cut you a break being a lovely Aussie fella?
We'll see when we get there. But what I've been told is that they have multiple sessions a day. So, if they have like 3 levels, level A, B, and C, they're doing two sessions a day with the coaches, and it's costing about €20 for an hour and a half on court. They also have additional features in which you can get, so you can do some gym routines with some of the trainers. You can also, I think they have sports psychologists there that you can see. So it's almost like you choose your package, but you don't need to pay up front. It's flexible. You can come some days, other days you don't need to come.
And they'll plug in a few matches as well, I'm sure, with similar people. Just how they drove that ball fast.
Wow.
Still
Helps to be 6'2".
6'2". Looks like a broken leg or two and still moving like a gazelle across the net there. Big wingspan, mate, Rob.
Or a low lob there. Very well played by Bembo. A lot of spin on that. Here we go, smash. Oh.
Super careful not to get anyone in the net again after the last controversy.
Wow.
Gets it so early, doesn't he? He knows it's coming.
The Rulo.
Oh, wow.
That was all wrist. All wrist from Joel. That was a very nice shot. There was about 8 shots in that rally that would have been
That Australia's never seen before on these courts.
Any Australian players.
How about the block, Dom? The block for the angled volley into the cage. Do not let it get the cage. Top spin block back, middle again, or line. Knows it's coming, I guess. Four-game all second set here. Dom, any predictions early on here? Are you going to be so brave to make a prediction?
Ooh. How about you, Pharrell? I'm going to pass the mic to you on this one first.
I just seeing the cadence of the chewing gum being chomped over there by Guillaume, and I think that he's onto something here. He's looking super focused. Look at the eyes on him. He's really, really focusing in, and I think he's...
Let's pay attention to see if he chews it during the point.
He's controlling this game, I think. He's really on top of things
There's
here.
2 chews, 3 chews. Yeah, so he chews it during the point too.
I think he's just so ultra-focused on everything here.
You know, something about that, and I think it's true, but chewing gum, like just the chewing action has a relaxing effect on your body and your mind. So I'm wondering if that's a deliberate thing from him to try to relax himself.
Is he biohacking? Wow, what a get.
That was a pick up. Open stance, just lunge.
Papo again.
Stop
it.
Back.
Stop it. That was
What was
naughty.
that? The guy's just done the full splits.
Oh!
Joel just did the full
What
splits.
is going on there? That was incredible. That is the highlight reel.
Is this a highlight match or is this the finals of a... international tournament. Pablo's arguing that the behind the back shot that Gwilym hit touched his t-shirt.
Oh, that's a bit rough, I think. We'll check the replay, but I think the racket definitely touched the shirt. Not sure if the ball got in the way of the shirt before the racket.
Where's the instant replay?
I feel like that's
a savage volley. Wow.
He's been fired up on that. Look at him go.
Does Ali Galan pick that up though is the question.
He definitely picks that up.
Picks that up and hits a winner.
Oh, got the replay here in the commentary box.
Here we go.
Hang on a second, we get that frame by frame. That one, I think it's pretty clean.
Look at the splits.
What's he doing over there?
He just stayed down there too. I don't know if he could get up.
He's running a yin yoga session midway through the FIP silver final. So the replay there. Nick's got the replay. Nick from Padel Australia's got the replay here in front of us. It won't matter what we think now, but I've got a feeling he picked it up pretty clean. Dom, what do you think? Let's have a look here.
It's hard to see from this angle.
Hang on, here we go.
No, before that.
Bit back a bit. Back a bit, sorry, Nick. Back a bit. No, before that again. Couple of frames back. Here we go. What's the whole point here? It's insane rally. This one now. Looks pretty clean to me. Got Michael here too, the tournament director. Everyone's milling in behind this match. It's getting pretty interesting now. It's a great backhand drive from Bembo.
Yeah, that's the spot that I'd like them to lob more. Over the right shoulder of Joel. They've won the net now. Let's see what they can do.
See how low leaves that, Dom. Wait till the very last second. Hides the shot.
Pablo's going for it.
Always goes line with that, doesn't he, Dom?
Loves a line. Wow.
I was talking to Bembo before about this. These guys are all mates, play each other week in, week out.
Are they all based in Madrid or Barcelona?
They all travel around. They head to hit a lot to Middle East to take on a couple of FIPs here and there. Some nip over to India. It's great coming out to Australia right now, for example. Makes perfect sense. There's a big Miami FIP coming on pretty soon. Is it P1, I think? Over
Miami?
There? Yeah, which would be a fantastic place to go. Oh. Wow, be careful there, Pablo. Save up your shoulder for the big hits.
For your love here.
Pick up.
If you're team Joel and Gwilym, that's a very nice game to hold while staying to serving to stay in the second set.
Just banked it. We're at 5-all now, Dom, are we?
5-all.
Scoreboard's back correct, I think. Back at home. We're all back on track here. About to serve. Or Sergi, as his mother christened him. That's what we call popcorn paddle, Dom, isn't it?
It's nice to watch, that's for sure.
It's going to be a whole lot of highlight reels out of this. Should be feeding out the Padel Federation for the next 6 to 12 months. Crunching up the key points, don't roll them out. It's a social media dream right now with all these shots.
Feels like the wind's just stopped a little bit here.
I think we missed that rain now, Dom, haven't we?
The grunts come out from Pablo.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
As a lefty, I saw that one coming. I think Pablo saw it coming, but I think that was just too good, that shot. They got a real good chance here, love 30.
Pablo struggling through in the background.
Bambo's not touching the ball much.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Fear for Pablo's life right now. Poor Pablo's had it. We might need a medic out there soon. What an absolute legend, giving the crowd what they want. I'm not sure if he's going to get up this week. Here we go. Good on you, Pablo.
That's what you call commitment there, putting your body on the line multiple times in 1 point. He's really struggling now.
Just sucking it up as best he can.
Imagine if they come back and hold here, how much pressure that puts on the other team.
4 break points here now, Dom.
Are these match points, perhaps?
Effectively with Pablo in the way he is, I'd imagine. And I like the idea of a comeback here.
We got the sun out.
Big hitting of Pablo may make a return. Finish his points as fast as possible. It's a mint return from Guillaume. The sun is directly in the eyes of Pablo now.
It's just deep enough.
Absolute nightmare to smash.
Wow.
Wow.
That snuck over the net by 2 millimetres.
Just the crispness, Dom, of these volleys and shots. Absolutely no mishits at all. So much bite on the volleys.
That's got to hurt if you're Pablo.
Well, here we are at the FIP Silver final here in Sydney, Australia. Men's final. Women's played earlier. British team Amy Gibson and Catherine Rose came through with the honours, the prize money, the FIP points, and the prestige of winning here in Sydney for our biggest tournament of the year in Australia, the Australian Padel Open. Now we've got the men's final down to the potential of the final game here, Dom. It's all happened out here today. We've had some massive hitting from Pablo. That's caused a bit of an injury. very talented partner in Bembo. Guillaume the Maestro on the court first here, with his big hitting partner, Joel.
New balls.
And new balls to come. This is just what Pablo asked for, I think. New balls and a bit of sunshine.
Joel wouldn't be too upset or Guillaume about that too.
Do you want to walk us through why they smack the balls around like that?
I think it's to make them a little bit older.
Yeah.
Because as you know, like new balls, you know, they're a little bit, they got like almost a shiny kind of feel to it. And if you're playing with a racket that doesn't have much of the grip, doesn't feel like a sandpaper, a volley where you really try cut at it.
To stick it might slide off. Yeah, right. It wouldn't be a surreptitious way to fluff the balls up a bit with big hitting Pablo coming at you.
Maybe that too.
Here we go. Serving for the title here in Sydney.
New balls. Oh yeah.
There we go. Put those good new balls to good use there, Joel.
Now, Burrell, are there any professional players that you can compare any of these players to in which they play similar style?
Plenty of players that have Pablo's got to protect his leg also for the next event. Less than a week now in Melbourne, Dom. We've got to go all again. So give those.
Lovely shot.
You've noticed how they always prefer a backhand than a forehand there?
I've noticed that, yeah.
I do keep telling everyone about that, but no one's got a reason for it that no one in Australia has ever hit a backhand like that.
Do you mind?
Maybe a couple from
I've done one in Kuwait.
in Australia.
Australia. How about for Australia?
Pablo Dos was the call. This is getting down to the fine wire here now, Dom.
3 match points.
It's been a commanding performance. I thought Guillaume would run the show here. He seems to have done so. And that's it.
That's it.
That's the title. Well done to the boys. Fantastic effort here today.
All Spanish affair. Well played by everyone. Tough Pablo injury. Hopefully he's better by the next tournament.
They're all mates here. Big hugs coming.
For me, that was very entertaining to watch. Thank you for the opportunity to commentate with you, Borelli.
Pleasure, buddy. I'd love to have your insights more often. Hopefully you'll get out of the tournament early in Melbourne. Come have a chat to me. Although I would prefer to see you commentating on the top court on the right day on Sunday, rather than commentating.
And thank you everyone online for tuning in.
So, Guillaume and Joel taking out the honours here at the Australian Padel Open men's final on Sunday here in sunny Sydney. Epic affair, high quality match, Dom, all round. And I think the fans would be super happy in seeing that. We mentioned this before, never had such a quality match on court, female or male, and just serves well for the next upcoming instalment at the Melbourne Padel Open. All these players go back to back again, and we'll see you next weekend for that. Thanks everyone, Padel Australia, all the sponsors, and the very diligent, hard-working staff here. Tournament referee, Phil. Tournament director, Michael Jackson. Nick Eads, Padel Australia, and the rest of the crew. It's been a very professionally run event, and can't wait to get amongst it next week. Catch you later, everybody.
Over and out.